What happens when the most futuristic truck on the road begins facing complaints no one expected? The Tesla Cybertruck is back in the spotlight, but this time it isn't because of its stainless steel armor, its futuristic shape, or its viral window-shattering moment. It's here because a wave of safety concerns is growing louder every week. More owners are speaking up, more clips are appearing online, more experts are raising eyebrows, and the questions are getting bigger. This video breaks down what owners are reporting, how serious these issues could be, and why analysts think a recall might be coming. The biggest twist: some of these problems may come from the same features that made the Cybertruck famous in the first place. Everything builds to one question that needs an answer. But how did excitement turn into worry so quickly? When the truck first launched, fans expected something out of a sci-fi film, a tough stainless steel beast built to survive almost anything, too. And to a large degree, that's exactly what Tesla delivered. The exoskeleton was strong. The sharp edges were bold. The armored glass windows were a statement. The torque, the power, the range, all of it was meant to push limits and redefine what a modern electric truck should be. Every part of the truck looked like it was built for extremes. But the real stress test didn't happen in Tesla's labs or on stage. It began when real owners took the Cybertruck into the real world. Suddenly, social media and public forums filled with strange and unexpected issues. Some owners said the accelerator stuck for a moment longer than it should. Others said the interior door buttons froze, trapping them inside until a reset. A few reported that the truck powered off with no warning while they were driving on busy roads. These weren't tiny glitches, they were the kinds of problems that made people pause. The shift from excitement to concern didn't take months. It happened almost overnight, and safety investigators began paying attention. The most surprising issue wasn't about doors or displays. It was something far more basic and far more serious for a truck this big. Why are so many Cybertruck owners reporting brake concerns? As the truck hit highways and steep roads, a pattern emerged. Several owners said the brakes felt soft or delayed, especially during sudden stops. Others described a strange, inconsistent bite, where the brakes didn't grab the same way every time. Then came the videos online showing the truck taking longer to stop than expected, especially given its price and position as a flagship vehicle. Brake fade. Complaints grew to owners saying the brakes weakened after towing or after long downhill stretches. The Cybertruck weighs over 6,600 pounds. That means it carries massive momentum, even at moderate speeds. Regenerative braking helps, but only to a point. Combine that weight with a stainless steel body that doesn't absorb energy the way traditional truck bodies do, and the physics become unforgiving. One safety analyst summed it up with a blunt warning: a heavy truck with a stiff shell leaves almost no margin for error in a panic stop. These brake concerns pushed safety watchers to ask whether the Cybertruck's radical design actually works against the basic rules of motion. Yet braking wasn't the only system under fire. Another problem emerged, and it confused almost everyone. Why does a truck designed to be nearly indestructible struggle with something as simple as door operation? The Cybertruck has no traditional door handles. Everything is electronic. When the driver approaches, sensors activate, and a small press panel opens the door. But several owners say these systems sometimes fail. During battery glitches or software freezes, the door wouldn't open from the outside. Passengers inside said the interior buttons sometimes refused to respond. And unlike most conventional vehicles, the Cybertruck doesn't have an exterior mechanical fail-safe latch. If the electronics lock up, the doors stay locked. This issue raised concerns among safety experts. In emergencies, every second matters. If a vehicle loses power after a crash, passengers need a physical way out, and first responders need a physical way in. But with hardened stainless steel panels and non-traditional doors, the Cybertruck presents a unique challenge. Firefighters have already raised concerns about the difficulty of cutting through stainless steel during rescues. A vehicle built to be almost indestructible can, in rare moments, become something very different, too strong to escape. And yet there is still one more layer to the story, the one that safety groups say could trigger a recall faster than anything else. Sure, what if the Cybertruck's biggest problems aren't mechanical at all, but buried deep inside the software that controls almost everything? Some of the most troubling complaints involve sudden loss of power while driving. Several owners reported moments when every display went dark and the vehicle began rebooting. For 5 to 10 seconds, drivers said they had no steering assist, no speedometer, no cameras, no warnings, nothing but a dead screen. That may sound like a brief moment, but at 70 miles per hour, 5 seconds is the length of a football field. 2. Other owners said the accelerator didn't respond at random times. A few experienced the opposite, a sudden surge when they applied only light pressure. In a compact sedan, glitches like that are troubling. In a 6,000-pound stainless steel truck, they're dangerous. And the complexity of the Cybertruck systems makes it harder to pinpoint the cause. Nearly every function depends on sensors, circuits, and coded logic. When those systems fail, the results can be unpredictable. Another layer to the story is the long-term durability of the Cybertruck's stainless steel design. Early owners were excited about a body that wouldn't rust, dent, or fade, but some are now noticing stress marks and small distortions around panel edges. These aren't major failures, but they raise new questions about how the truck reacts to heat, cold, pressure changes, and everyday wear. Stainless steel may resist damage, but it also expands and contracts more than typical automotive metals, which can affect alignment, seals, and sensor placement. And sensors matter more on the Cybertruck than almost any other vehicle. They guide the doors. They guide the cameras. Guide the braking systems and the driver assist features. If even tiny shifts throw those sensors off balance, the entire driving experience changes. Some engineers warn that a vehicle this unconventional might need more frequent recalibration than expected, and if that becomes a pattern across thousands of trucks, the pressure for a recall grows even stronger. Tesla has issued over-the-air software recalls before, some of them affecting millions of vehicles. Those updates usually fix problems without the company needing to take cars back to service centers. But experts say the Cybertruck may be different. If the root issue is a hardware conflict, a sensor calibration problem, or a flaw in the drive-by-wire system, a simple software patch won't be enough. And that's where the real tension lies. The very features that make the Cybertruck futuristic, the digital controls, the exoskeleton, the electric actuation, may also make it harder to fix when things go wrong. Safety investigators now face a difficult question. Can software solve issues that might come from the vehicle's fundamental design? And that leads to the final and biggest question of all. So is a recall coming? The answer is unsettling because it sits between confirmed facts and rising concern. The complaints are real, they are increasing. And Tesla has already acknowledged some problems quietly by pushing out updates. Safety agencies tend to move slowly and only after repeated reports. But when enough patterns appear across the country, intervention becomes almost certain. The Cybertruck's unconventional design makes this situation different from normal recalls. Stainless steel is strong, but it doesn't crumple in controlled ways that help absorb force. Electronic door systems look sleek, but they depend on flawless power management. Regenerative braking is efficient, but it can't replace physical brake performance in emergency moments. Every choice made, the Cybertruck bold and eye-catching, but when that boldness intersects with real-world safety concerns, regulators step in. 4. If investigators determine that the truck's electronic systems fail often enough to put drivers at risk, a recall becomes nearly unavoidable. It may start with software, it may extend to hardware, or it may become one of Tesla's largest corrective actions yet. And if that day comes, the truck built to break every rule of vehicle design may be forced to face the one rule no machine can outrun: safety always wins. If this deep dive helped break down what's really happening with the Cybertruck, hit the like button so more viewers can find it. Subscribe for more breakdowns about tech, cars, and the future of transportation. And share your thoughts below. Is a recall coming, or is this just early on a noise? Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.